Ladies and gentlemen, imagine this. You're standing at the edge of a towering cliff, the wind roaring in your ears, the ground far below, a stark reminder of the stakes. One wrong move, one moment of weakness, and everything could come crashing down. But if you hold your ground, if you stay steady, you'll not only survive, you'll rise. You'll see the world from a vantage point few ever reach. Life is that cliff. Every single day you're standing on the edge of decisions that can either keep you steady or send you spiraling. What you say in a moment of anger, how you react when life throws you a curveball, the way you handle your money and the thoughts you allow to dominate your mind, these are the choices that define your destiny. They are the difference between building a legacy of strength, purpose, and impact, or watching everything you've worked for crumble beneath you. Today, I want to talk about the 4 pillars of self-control. It's the quiet voice in your head telling you to walk away when you want to scream, to save when you want to splurge, to rise above when you want to give in. It's the discipline to do what's right, even when it's hard. And it's the courage to keep going, even when the world feels like it's against you. Why does this matter? Because self-control is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's the difference between a life of mediocrity and a life of meaning. It's the secret weapon of those who rise above their circumstances and create something extraordinary. So I ask you, are you ready to take control? Are you ready to master your mouth, your mood, your money, and your mind? Because the world doesn't need more followers, it needs leaders. It needs people who are willing to do the hard work, to make the tough choices, and to rise above the noise. Let's dive in. Let's talk about how you can harness the power of self-control to build a life that matters, a life that inspires, a life that leaves a legacy. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been cut by a knife? It hurts, doesn't it? The pain is sharp, the wound takes time to heal, and sometimes it leaves a scar. But let me tell you something even more painful than a knife wound. The wound caused by words. A knife can only cut skin, but words can cut through the soul. They can break hearts, shatter confidence, and destroy relationships. And here's the thing, once those words leave your mouth, you can't take them back. Today, I want to talk about the first pillar of self-control, your mouth. Your words are one of the most powerful tools you possess. They can build empires or burn them to the ground. They can inspire nations or incite chaos. They can heal or they can hurt. The question is, how are you using your words? The power of words. Let me share a story with you. There was a young boy named Thomas who grew up in a small town. He was shy, awkward, and struggled in school. His teachers often told him, "You'll never amount to anything." His classmates mocked him, calling him stupid and worthless. Those words cut deep. They became a soundtrack in his mind, playing on repeat, convincing him he was nothing. But one day, a new teacher walked into his life. She looked at Thomas and saw something no one else did. She said, "Thomas, you have a brilliant mind. You just haven't discovered it yet." Those words, simple, kind, and full of belief, changed everything. They planted a seed of hope in Thomas's heart. Over time, that seed grew. Thomas began to believe in himself. He worked harder, dreamed bigger, and eventually became one of the most successful entrepreneurs in his country. What made the difference? Words. The wrong words almost destroyed him. The right words saved him. The double-edged sword. Your words are a double-edged sword. On one side, they can lift people up. A single compliment can brighten someone's day. A word of encouragement can give someone the strength to keep going. A heartfelt "I believe in you" can change the course of someone's life. But on the other side, your words can destroy. A harsh comment can crush someone's spirit. A careless remark can ruin a relationship. A moment of anger can leave scars that last a lifetime. Think about it. How many times have you said something in the heat of the moment and regretted it later? How many times have you let your emotions take control of your tongue, only to wish you could take those words back? The truth is, once words leave your mouth, they're out there forever. You can apologize, but the damage is done. The discipline of silence, one of the greatest lessons I've learned is this. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all. Silence is a discipline. It's the ability to hold your tongue when every fiber of your being wants to lash out. It's the wisdom to walk away from an argument instead of escalating it. It's the strength to listen instead of interrupting. There's a saying, speak when you're angry and you'll make the best speech you'll ever regret. How true is that? When you're angry, your words are like fire. They can burn everything in their path. But if you can control your mouth in those moments, if you can choose silence over shouting, you'll save yourself and others from unnecessary pain. The art of speaking life. Now let's talk about the flip side. When you control your mouth, you don't just avoid destruction, you create something beautiful. You have the power to speak life into people. You can be the voice that tells someone, you can do this, when they're ready to give up. You can be the light that reminds someone, you matter, when they feel invisible. Think about the people who've made the biggest impact on your life. Chances are they used their words to inspire, encourage, and uplift you. They didn't just talk, they spoke with purpose. They understood the power of their words, and they used that power to make a difference. So here's my challenge to you. Be intentional with your words. Before you speak, ask yourself, is what I'm about to say true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? If the answer to any of these questions is no, then don't say it. Choose silence instead. Choose to speak life instead of death. Choose to build up instead of tear down. Remember, your words are a reflection of who you are. They reveal your character, your values, and your heart. When you control your mouth, you show the world that you're someone who values respect, kindness, and integrity. In the end, your words are your legacy. Long after you're gone, people will remember what you said to them. They'll remember how you made them feel. So what do you want your legacy to be? Do you want to be remembered as someone who spread pain or someone who spread hope? The choice is yours. Control your mouth, speak life, and watch how your words change the world. Let me ask you this. Have you ever noticed how two people can face the exact same situation, yet one crumbles under the pressure while the other rises above it? What's the difference? It's not the circumstances, it's the attitude. Your mood, your mindset, your outlook. These are the invisible forces that shape your reality. They determine whether you soar or sink, whether you thrive or merely survive. Today, we're diving into the second pillar of self-control, your mood. Your attitude is not just a reflection of how you feel, it's a choice. It's the lens through which you see the world, and it has the power to either lift you to new heights or drag you into the depths of despair. The power of attitude. Let me tell you a story. There was once a man named Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who survived the horrors of Nazi concentration camps during World War II. In those camps, he witnessed unimaginable suffering. People were stripped of everything, their families, their homes, their dignity. Yet Frankl noticed something extraordinary. Some prisoners, despite the hell they were living in, managed to find meaning and hope. They chose to focus on what they still had. Their inner freedom, their ability to choose their attitude. Frankl later wrote, "Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances." Those words changed lives. They remind us that no matter what happens to us, we always have a choice. We can't control the storms of life, but we can control how we respond to them. Your mood is a choice. Here's the hard truth. Your mood is not determined by your circumstances. It's determined by your perspective. You can wake up on the wrong side of the bed and let a bad mood ruin your entire day, or you can choose to reset. You can let a rude comment from a stranger ruin your afternoon, or you can choose to let it go. You can dwell on what's going wrong, or you can focus on what's going right. The choice is yours. Every single moment you have the power to decide how you're going to show up in the world. Will you be the person who spreads negativity, or will you be the person who radiates positivity? Will you be the one who complains about the storm, or will you be the one who dances in the rain? The ripple effect of your mood. Your mood doesn't just affect you, it affects everyone around you. Think about it. When you walk into a room with a smile, you light it up. When you walk in with a scowl, you bring everyone down. Your energy is contagious. I remember a time when I was having a terrible day. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong. I was frustrated, angry, and ready to give up, but then I walked into a coffee shop and the barista greeted me with the biggest, most genuine smile. She asked how my day was going, and for a moment, I forgot about all my problems. Her positivity was like a breath of fresh air. It reminded me that even on the worst days, there's always something to be grateful for. That's the power of your mood. It's not just about you, it's about the impact you have on others. When you choose to be positive, you become a beacon of hope in a world that desperately needs it. How to control your mood? So, how do you take control of your mood? It starts with awareness. Notice when you're slipping into negativity. Catch yourself before you spiral. Then make a conscious choice to shift your focus. Here are a few practical ways to do that. Practice gratitude. No matter how bad things seem, there's always something to be thankful for. Start your day by listing 3 things you're grateful for. Reframe your thoughts. Instead of saying this is the worst day ever, try saying this is a challenging day, but I'll get through it. Surround yourself with positivity. Spend time with people who uplift you. Listen to music that inspires you. Read books that motivate you. Take care of your body. Your physical health has a huge impact on your mood. Exercise, eat well, and get enough sleep. Choose joy. Joy isn't something that happens to you, it's something you choose. Even on the hardest days, find a reason to smile. The altitude of your attitude. Your attitude determines your altitude. It's the difference between staying grounded and soaring to new heights. When you choose to control your mood, you take control of your life. You become unstoppable. Think about the people who inspire you, the ones who've achieved greatness against all odds. What do they have in common? It's not luck or talent. It's their attitude. They refuse to let setbacks define them. They chose to see challenges as opportunities. They believed in themselves even when no one else did. That's the kind of attitude I'm talking about. It's not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about finding the strength to keep going even when things are far from perfect. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. You can't control the storms, but you can control your attitude. You can't control the wind, but you can adjust your sails. So I challenge you, choose your mood wisely. Choose positivity over pessimism. Choose hope over despair. Choose joy over bitterness. When you do, you'll find that your attitude doesn't just determine your altitude, it determines your entire life. Let me ask you a question. What does freedom mean to you? For some, it's the ability to travel the world. For others, it's spending time with family without worrying about bills. For many, it's the peace of mind that comes from knowing you're secure, no matter what life throws your way. But here's the truth. Freedom isn't free, it comes at a cost. And that cost is financial discipline. Today, we're diving into the third pillar of self-control, your money. Money is one of the most powerful tools you have, but it's also one of the most misunderstood. It's not just about how much you earn, it's about how much you keep, how you use it, and how you grow it. Financial discipline isn't about restriction, it's about liberation. It's the key to unlocking the life you've always dreamed of, the power of financial discipline. Let me tell you a story. There was a young woman named Maria who grew up in a low-income household. Her parents worked tirelessly to make ends meet, but there was never enough. Maria vowed to break the cycle. She worked hard, landed a good job, and started earning a decent salary. But instead of saving, she spent. She bought designer clothes, ate at expensive restaurants, and took lavish vacations. By the time she was 30, she had nothing to show for her earnings, just a mountain of debt. One day, Maria hit rock bottom. She realized she was one paycheck away from disaster. That's when she made a decision. She would take control of her money. She started budgeting, cutting unnecessary expenses, and saving aggressively. It wasn't easy. She had to say no to things she wanted, but she kept her eyes on the prize, freedom. Fast forward 10 years. Maria is now debt-free. She has a healthy savings account, investments, and a side business that generates passive income. She's not rich, but she's free. She has the freedom to choose how she spends her time, the freedom to pursue her passions, and the freedom to sleep soundly at night. Maria's story is a reminder that financial discipline isn't about deprivation. It's about empowerment. It's about making intentional choices today so you can live the life you want tomorrow. The trap of instant gratification. Here's the hard truth. We live in a world that glorifies instant gratification. Social media is filled with people flaunting their latest purchases, their luxury vacations, their designer lifestyles. It's easy to fall into the trap of keeping up with the Joneses. But here's the reality. Many of those people are drowning in debt. They're living paycheck to paycheck, sacrificing their future for the sake of appearances. Financial discipline is about resisting that trap. It's about delaying gratification today so you can enjoy true freedom tomorrow. It's about understanding that money is a tool, not a toy. The 3 pillars of financial discipline. So how do you take control of your money? It starts with 3 key principles. Live below your means. This is the foundation of financial discipline. No matter how much you earn, always spend less than you make. Create a budget and stick to it. Cut out unnecessary expenses. Differentiate between wants and needs. Remember, wealth isn't about what you earn, it's about what you keep. Save and invest. Saving is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Aim to save at least 20% of your income. Build an emergency fund to cover 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Once you've done that, start investing. Let your money work for you, whether it's stocks, real estate, or a side business. Invest in assets that grow over time. Avoid debt. Debt is the enemy of freedom. It's a chain that keeps you tied to your job, your bills, and your past decisions. Avoid bad debt like credit card debt and high-interest loans. If you have debt, make it a priority to pay it off as quickly as possible. When you control your money, you control your life. You're no longer a slave to your paycheck. You're no longer stressed about bills or emergencies. You have options. You have freedom. Imagine what your life would look like if you were debt-free. Imagine having enough savings to take a year off work, start business, or retire early. Imagine the peace of mind that comes from knowing you're prepared for whatever life throws your way. That's the power of financial discipline. So here's my challenge to you. Cut out unnecessary expenses. Save aggressively, invest wisely, and most importantly, change your mindset. Stop seeing money as something to spend and start seeing it as something to grow. Remember, financial discipline isn't about restriction, it's about liberation. It's about making intentional choices today so you can live the life you've always dreamed of tomorrow. Money is a tool, and like any tool, it's only as powerful as the person wielding it. When you control your money, you control your destiny. You unlock the freedom to live life on your own terms. So I ask you, what kind of life do you want to live? What kind of future do you want to create? The choice is yours. Take control of your money. Take control of your freedom. Your mind is a battlefield. Every day you have a choice to feed it with doubt or fuel it with belief. Your thoughts are the architects of your destiny. If you think small, you'll live small. But if you dare to dream big, if you believe in yourself when no one else does, you'll rise to levels beyond imagination. Faith is nothing without action. You can pray, you can hope, you can wish, but if you don't put in the work, nothing changes. Champions aren't born, they're made through discipline, sacrifice, and relentless effort. So take control of your mind. Guard your thoughts. Speak power into your life. Walk with confidence, work with passion, and never let fear dictate your future. Because at the end of the day, success isn't about luck, it's about mindset. Now go out there and claim what's yours.